Welcome back to Grant Me. This is our third video out of 4 about York University, where we're going to be talking about when York sends out its acceptances. So, what is York? If you don't know what York University is, let me just tell you a little bit about this prestigious school. It's a leading international teaching and research university with a driving force for positive change, and it has a population of 55,000 students, which makes an inclusive, supportive, and diverse community that promotes personal growth and well-being. Now, if you are very nervous about the application process for York, you have come to the right place. This video series covers it all in detail. If you want to learn more about the actual application process or the prerequisites needed to get into your programs, I would highly suggest you check out videos 1 and 2. This one more details what happens after the application process actually. So if you've already completed your application, this is the correct video to be watching. And also please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you ring that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with our latest videos, because this is part of our series which we call the Ultimate University Guide. Essentially, we cover Canada's top 20 universities and we give you a lot of helpful information such as how to get in, the application process, and a bit about the campus as well. But with that being said, we're going to get right into the content of today's video. So, the first thing you may be wondering after you've submitted your application is, when does York send my acceptance out? And they have different timelines, so you have to keep this in mind when it comes to accepting students. First of all, if you are an Ontario high school student, then York will make its decision between the months of February and June. And this date does vary from student to student because it is dependent on when your grades are provided and updated from Ontario's application portal, also known as OUAC. If you are a Canadian high school student from a province that is not Ontario, or you are an international high school student, then York will generally take around 4 to 8 weeks after your application has been submitted. Now, you do have to keep in mind that these timelines will depend on when you submit a full application and after you pay the application fees. And again, I have covered the application process in my last video, so if you are confused about any of that, make sure you watch that video first before you come on to the rest of this one. And another difficult part of the application process is once you finish it, the agonizing long wait of just constantly refreshing your email box, jumping every time you get a notification, just hoping that you'll get that acceptance letter in. Now, in terms of some things you can do while you wait for your application or your acceptance to come in, there are a couple of things that you can do. So number one, you do have to keep in mind that after you apply, generally in about 4 to 5 days, you will get a confirmation email, and this gives you an active MyFile number. If you didn't know, MyFile is the student portal for York University. So make sure you log into your account and you check that you don't need to upload any extra documents. I have stressed this in previous videos. So basically what happens is, after you've submitted your application, at times they may need additional documents that help bolster your application. So from time to time, please go on this portal, the MyFile portal, and make sure that there's no additional documents that you need to upload. All right. And if you have that done, number 2, fill out an application for scholarships or financial aid. There's no harm in applying for scholarships. Either you don't get it or you get it. So I would highly recommend that if finances are something you are concerned about, because university is unfortunately very expensive, that you consider applying for any sort of entrance scholarship or financial aid that York University offers. And number 3, if you are planning on living on campus, then you send and verify your student housing application. Other good ideas that you may want to consider are going on a campus tour. That way you can learn more about the school itself. There are also webinars that they host and they talk specifically about your program, or maybe just reach out to some students you know who already attend York University. That way you know what to expect when you enter there on your first semester. In terms of how you will receive the notice of acceptance, the Office of Admissions sends their official communication regarding your application and admission decisions through email. So it is extremely important that you open, read, and take action if required when you receive an email from York. You will receive your acceptance as an email, and then from there on, you will be able to view additional details on your MyFile account. let's say that your application has been accepted. Now, congratulations on your offer of admission. Now it's time to secure the offer and make your dream a reality, and there's 6 simple steps that you'll need to follow to get this done. Now, step number 1 is to accept your offer of admission on the My File portal. Sounds simple enough. Step 2, make sure that you meet the admission requirements outlined in your offer of admission letter. You have to keep in mind that even though you have an offer of admission, it can be withdrawn if you don't maintain your average or if you don't confirm your acceptance deadline stated on the admission letter, or if you don't book an enrollment appointment by the deadline stated in your letter. So remember, whenever you get it, that your letter is in no way a guarantee or a safeguard that you are getting in for sure, because there have been cases where people have had their averages dropped and had their offers revoked. So even though you've gotten in, don't get too cocky, keep your averages up, try to get high grades, and keep doing what you're doing. All right, so number 3, manage and complete your course selection. So if you are a new undergraduate student at York, your participation in enrollment and course selection support means you will get help picking your courses and planning your academic schedule. You'll find out what transfer credit you're eligible for. You'll learn how to enroll in courses. You'll find out how and when to pay your tuition fees. That's all very important stuff. So make sure that you participate in the enrollment and course selection support workshops that they have available for everyone there. Step number 4, if applicable, is to apply for residence. And step number 5 is to explore your funding options. So as I said earlier, consider applying for scholarships. It's a great way to fund your post-secondary education. If you need help with that, GrantMe does have a bunch of services to help you with your applications, such as essay editing, mentorship, and a scholarship matching app. So if scholarships are something you're very concerned about, something you're uneasy about, make sure you go to GrantMe's website. For sure, there are a ton of helpful resources to help you with this very seemingly difficult process, but it's made a lot easier once you get the support you need. And our final step, start packing for your first year. Have fun and good luck. Now, let's say that there is an unfortunate circumstance and unfortunately your admission has been denied. Now, don't give up. First of all, you need to try to understand why your application may have been denied. So go through your application once more and check if there's anything you think was missing or did not get uploaded correctly. Now, York's Student Recruitment and Admissions Department does provide an opportunity for applicants to tell the university about any extenuating circumstances that may have affected their academic performance. And if you want to ask for clarification or an exemption, you can contact study@yorku.ca. So once again, if you have any extenuating circumstance that has affected your academic performance and as a result may have resulted in you not receiving an offer, please email study@yorku.ca in order to get an exemption or to provide clarification on your current circumstances. So that's it. Some pretty basic information today, basically just covering everything that you need to do in order to accept your offer from York and what you need to do afterwards. In terms of some of the helpful resources that we have to help you in general, obviously please consider checking out the other videos within our series where we cover Canada's top 20 universities in more depth. You can also go to GrantMe's blog. We have a bunch of useful information regarding applications there. Follow us on Instagram as well. We have some great posts reminding all our students of upcoming scholarship deadlines or application deadlines, and as well make sure that you take the eligibility quiz that is in our description. This is a great way of kind of gauging your chances of into getting your top dream schools within Canada. And yeah, that's basically it for today. Remember to subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.